Okay, so for my first video back doing the makeup videos on YouTube, I wanted to do one of my favorite looks. This is a look that I do pretty often using the Lime Crime Venus palette, the first Venus palette, and the Lime Crime Velvetine in Riot. Just the palette and lipstick together are the perfect combination, like they were pretty much made for each other. And Riot is probably my favorite lipstick color on me of all time. And I plan to do a lot more videos like this. I just have so many looks that I've created that I would love to make a video on. And I think in these tutorials I'm not going to show how I do my eyebrows and foundation because I do the same exact process each day when I do that. So I think it would be boring to have the exact same thing in every video, so I'll just make a separate video on that. So this is just focusing on like highlight, lips, eyes. So here is the process of how I did this makeup. Okay, here we go. So I am going to start this look out by using my Urban Decay primer potion and putting that all over both of my eyelids. The first shade I'm going to be using is Divine from the Lime Crime Venus palette, and I am going to be picking that up with my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm putting this color all in my crease, and of course blending it out as much as I possibly can to make everything look seamlessly blended. And then I'm also dragging it out to the outer corner of my eye in kind of a cat eye shape. Like, I just love this color so much, the way it blends everything out. It is my all-time favorite transition shade. Next, I am taking Venus from the Venus palette, and I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just applying that right on top of where I put the first color. And the only difference is I am not applying it as high up as the initial color. And I'm also dragging it out into a cat eye shape. Then I'm going to be going in with Muse, this beautiful deep red, and I'm going to be applying that with my Morphe M321, and I'm putting that directly on the crease, and I'm trying not to bring it above the crease, just really focus it in that crease. And then I'm also going to be adding it to the outer third of my eyelid in a V shape, and I'm just slowly building up the intensity of this color. I don't want it to be too overwhelming. I do want it to still blend with the rest of the colors, but I also want it to really stand out. So I'm going to be using the M505 by Morphe to blend everything out. And I'm not going in with any pigment on this brush, and I'm just going to be working with the pigment that I already have on my lids. It just blends so well. Then I'm going to be picking up Shell, and that is a light shimmery shade, and I like to apply shimmers with my ring finger. And I'm just going to pat that all over both of my lids. I really want this color to stand out, so I am putting on several layers with my finger. See the difference? And I am also going to layer it on with my BareMinerals Max Coverage Concealer brush. I actually covered up some of the dark shades, so I'm reapplying a little bit with the M321 again. Next, I am going to be applying eyeliner. This is my L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner, and I'm applying that with the Morphe MB32. I'm going to be doing winged liner today, but I like to start off my winged liner by drawing a line across the entire eyelid first before starting the wing. And for the wing, I am just going to start at my lower lash line and slowly flick up towards the brow. And then I'm going to bring that back in and try to draw a straight line back to my eyelid. And honestly, the reason I'm keeping it so thin right now is in case the other eye is like totally messed up and I have to go back and change the shape. Okay, now I'm going to try to get these eyes to match and just slowly building up that line. And to make this process easier, I am going to go over that with a black eyeshadow. This is from M. Michelle Phan. This is Original Sin. This is my favorite black eyeshadow. I'm not only going back over and correcting the line and making it straighter, I'm also setting the gel so that it won't transfer to my lid when I blink. And I am taking my B16 brush from Morphe, and I am dipping back into Muse from the Venus palette. And I'm just darkening the areas where I applied it previously because the eyeliner is blocking it just slightly. Next, I'm going to be using my 24/7 Urban Decay liner to tightline my eyes. And then I'm going to use my Mally More is More mascara, and I'm going to be applying falsies, but I like to coat my real lashes in mascara first. Now I'm going to be cleaning up my makeup with the Boi-ing concealer from Benefit on the M225 brush from Morphe. And I'm just taking this underneath my shadow and liner, and I'm kind of blending away any of that red shadow and trying to sharpen that line. And I'm wiping away the shadow I grabbed on the back of my hand. I'm going to be taking my M559 from Morphe, and I am going to clean up that eyeliner even more. This brush is so small and precise, I can get that liner really, really sharp by using this. And I'm also using the Boi-ing concealer on this brush as well. Then I'm going to be putting eyeshadow underneath my eye, and the first color I'm going in with is Venus from earlier, and I'm using the B16 brush to apply this. And I'm only applying it to the outer 2/3 of my eye. Then I am connecting this to my winged liner and blending it out as much as I can. Then I'm taking the same brush and applying Muse, the darkest color, as close to the lash line as possible. Now I'm taking my favorite eyeliner, my NYX white retractable eyeliner, and putting this in my waterline. I almost always use this. I mean, I have to pause this. Look at how much brighter the right eye is. I'm going to be making my eyes even brighter using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl. Gosh, why can't they just call it a highlighter? And I'm going to be applying that with my MB26 brush from Morphe. And I'm first applying that to the inner corner of my eyes, and then I'm applying it to the inner third of my lower lash line. And then of course I'm using it to highlight under my brows as well. And I just felt like taking it across the entire brow this day. And I'm making sure that blends with the rest of the makeup using my M505. Now I'm going to be applying some lashes. These are Ardell 105s. And honestly, I'm so bad at applying false lashes, I didn't even intend to get this on camera. I didn't even know I was still in the frame. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave this in here anyways. So I'm pressing them up against my lash line now. Then I'm using eyeliner to try and hide some of that glue. And I'm taking tweezers to push the lashes into my skin. I'm doing this along the entire length of the lash band just to make sure they're attached to every single point. And for lower lashes, I'm using my IT Cosmetics Tightline Lash Primer, and this is by far the best thing I've ever used for my lower lashes. And I'm going to be going back to the Becca Pearl highlighter on the Morphe M510 brush to highlight, and oh my gosh, the highlighter is just so beautiful. And I'm also taking the highlighter and putting a little bit on my nose, but I'm blending it out because it's too intense. Gosh, I'm so obsessed with this highlighter, you have no idea. And then I'm going to be putting on my favorite lipstick, my Riot Velvetine, and this is really self-explanatory. And I'm taking my concealer on the M559 and just cleaning up the lines a bit. And I'm going back in with the MB19 brush from Morphe and adding a little bit more product to straighten out the lines even more. And the last step is to set the makeup using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And we are done. So that was how to get this look. And I hope you enjoyed it if you made it to the end of the video, and I hope it wasn't too long. I don't know how long this is going to end up being. So if you like this video or if you're interested in makeup stuff in general, please subscribe because I am going to start making content like this a lot more frequently. And thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!